Put your glass up and get ready for drinks with the Don. Welcome to Drinks with the Don. I'm your one and only host, the Don. And we got a very special episode today. We're talking about corporate black girl magic. Yes, I said it. Corporate black girl magic. But before we get into that, and I introduce our lovely guest, let's go to Myia B. Myia B, what's good?
Whoa. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
All right.
Tell the viewers a little bit about, how to follow you, how they check in with you.
Okay, absolutely. So I am your number one bartender here in Atlanta, Georgia, and you can follow me at Life with Myia_B. Check me out. And I'm gonna get you some good drinks tonight, baby. I got you.
Okay, we love the good drinks and your drinks with the Don, by the way.
Drinks with the Don.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So what you making today, Myia B?
I'm gonna make corporate black girl for the lovely Brittani Sade. Okay. Got you.
Okay.
That's right.
Awesome. So we're gonna call this drink today, y'all, corporate black girl. So I know the drink's gonna be amazing. So without any further ado, let me introduce Brittani Sade.
Gang.
Hey, hold on, gang shit. You already trying to come, see? I was trying to come in like professional and shit. You already the bullshit. Now what we gonna do now? What kind of fucking vibe we gonna have?
We can keep it real.
We're gonna keep
How
it real.
feeling?
Say that. Thank you for joining me, first of all. Here with Drinks with
Thank
the
you for
Don.
having me.
Before we get into that ratchet shit,
Okay.
let's go ahead. We all about making our money, making our coins.
Absolutely.
So you're the founder of Corporate Black Girl. Let's talk about that.
I am. So Corporate Black Girl is a blog that turned brand. And really the platform is about sisterhood. It's about self-love, and it's about personal and professional growth. And so the purpose of the brand is really to bring women of all backgrounds together to, I like to say, laugh, grow, and learn together. Because one thing that I realized from actually doing my blogs is that a lot of us have very similar experiences. They may not have happened at the same time. They may not happen at the same way, but they're very similar. And from that, we can learn from one another. And I also really want to break that stigma of competition amongst women, especially Black and brown women. And so with the events that I host from Corporate Black Girl and the different types of speaking engagements, that's really all that we do and talk about.
Okay. So it's only for women. I know you get this question right.
It is only for women. I'm gonna have to, in the new year, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to partner and bring in the guys, because I actually do get a lot of, so only women can come. But for right now, I do it for the women.
Okay. So we're gonna still support our queen. So if y'all want to donate and be a sponsor or something, make sure y'all hit her up, definitely.
Oh yeah, because the mixer's coming up.
I was about to ask you about the wind down mixer.
About the wind down mixer. So the wind down mixer is gonna be on October 7th. And it's, much like I said, it's really a platform and an opportunity for women of all industries and all Black backgrounds to come together and network, learn from each other. I'm going to have a panel. There are going to be interactive games. So everyone who comes has an opportunity to talk as much or as little about what they have going on. And that's what I really like about these events, because nobody leaves without learning something and without meeting somebody and connecting. So I'm excited.
That's definitely exciting. So what led you to that path of Corporate Black Girl, that foundation, and just the wind down mixes, and what made you be the entrepreneur that you are?
Honestly, well, I am more so a 9-to-5-preneur, because
Okay.
I still hold down the 9 to 5. And then, I have other stuff going on in the background. But what led me to that was really, it started out as the blog. And so when I started out with the Corporate Black Girl blog, I was just really talking about my personal experiences from being in an industry that's predominantly ran by white men, and being a young Black woman in corporate and then in finance. So it started from that, and just me kind of telling my story from how I got into the financial industry. And then from all of the women kind of hitting me up and being like, "You're such an inspiration. That's so similar. I've been through that." It kind of became an event thing. And so I just started out by just inviting my friends out. Let's have some cocktails. I love wine. I love cocktails and conversation. And then everybody started hitting me up like, hey, do you know a person who does this? Do you know a person who does that? So I kind of got the name, the professional plug. And so being the connector that I am, I'm like, you know what? How about I put all of y'all in a room together and y'all meet for yourselves instead of always calling me. So that's how it started. And it's grown bigger. And I'm excited for the mixer coming up and all that it has in store.
And when is the mixer?
October 7th.
October
It's
7th.
on a Friday.
Ladies, go and get y'all tickets. Inbox her or go do whatever you got to do to get those tickets. Men, we can't go yet. We're next for the first of the year, she said we in. I'll make sure we in there. I got us, guys. So look, we're gonna have a little business. Before we go any further, we got this corporate black girl right here. We got to try. Let me pass you your drink.
Yes.
Giving corporate black girl on vacation.
Let me see what.
Okay.
Let me see what corporate black
We
girl
have to
tastes
have
like.
that work business balance.
Okay, so
Where's
it's like
the black
sweet,
man?
but it kind of gives you a little kick. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Now this would be great with some red wine.
I
Oh,
like
okay.
Yeah.
You know, I like the wine, not the label.
That's delicious. All right, so we done took care of the business on the front end. Let's get into the bullshit.
Fair enough.
Y'all ready?
Okay.
Everybody good?
We ready?
Let's go and jump on it. Ime Udoka cheated on the beautiful Love Jones Myia Long. What are y'all thoughts?
Cheat back.
Oh,
She
she
back.
said it.
That's how y'all feel. Okay, put the energy y'all on already. This the first segment. Y'all already talking about cheat back.
Was
That's
there
just
options?
city girl energy. That was not the right answer.
Well,
We had you to
that's
10
my
listen to the episode.
Yeah.
2021. Cheat back.
Again.
We'll wrap it up.
No, I feel like, so I did see a lot of people, like, they had their opinions, like, then they started trying to find the woman, because apparently that is the
Oh, that
only
shit
woman
went
you
crazy.
have to choose from.
Right.
And so everybody was trying to compare them, like, why would you cheat on Myia Long? She looks like this. And it's like, nobody is too fine to be
I'm about to
cheated
say
on, but it's up to you to feel too fine to either put
To
up
stay
with
with
it
that
or not. But if you do stay, make him pay. And not necessarily by cheating. I'm more of a currency person. Like, if you're gonna stay, there has to be some type of, like, repercussion.
Compensation.
Yeah, you know?
Wow.
So that's how I feel.
Mm.
Go or stay, but if you're gonna stay, like, he needs to pay. Oh,
I
That's how you
heard
feel?
add
that.
that.
You know something?
Well, no, well,
You did say cheat back.
okay,
That's a
so
very
that's
good
my
one.
BS. That's my city girl.
Y'all some petty motherfuckers.
No,
Y'all
see,
some petty
I wouldn't
motherfuckers.
cheat.
The Christian woman in me.
That's right.
You have to understand that when he cheats, it's not about you, baby girl. It's him.
Nah, that's
It's
right.
something about him and what's going on with his security and his insecurities, and just, you know, let him be a man. That's what he want to do. You have to decide if this is what you want to put up or you gonna move to the next thing. But do give him an opportunity to step it up and never do that again.
Right.
I might give y'all one chance.
Right. I mean, niggas make a lot of mistakes though, like thinking with their wrong head, like thinking with their dick. So I mean, I think men just move totally different. I think an OG once told me like, you show me a bad bitch, excuse my language, a bad bitch, I'll show you a nigga tired of fucking. Like,
Yeah.
you know, just being real.
Yeah.
Like you said, like you clearly just said, like nobody's so beautiful to not get cheated on.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? It's human nature. But I ain't gonna say it's human nature, we ain't supposed to do that shit.
No, it's
Oh,
human
yeah.
nature
Human nature,
for
that's
most
it.
It
men.
happens. You have to be really strong. You have to
Right.
really.
It's
You have to be
discipline.
secure, it's discipline.
It's
I agree with that. So what are y'all thoughts on like the not knowing who the female was? And now we hear reports there might be multiple women, people pregnant, all kind of shit.
Oh my
But
God.
initially it was like we think it's one person. Allegedly was the VP's wife, that's what they were saying. But we don't know who the fuck she is. Do y'all feel like there was a power struggle thing? We should know who she is, even though it was consensual, per the reports?
So you're asking whether or not, like, it's fair to put out the name of the woman? Is that what
Well,
you're
one
saying?
should be fired
Absolutely.
or suspended.
I mean, even though they both played a part in it, he needs to be fired. Or I would say fired. Like, you can't lose your job for cheating, but
Yeah.
she needs to get the repercussions. We need to know who she is as well,
We wanna
because
know.
they're married at the end of
He
it.
not married, let's be real. He not married anymore, they engaged.
Yeah, but they've been engaged.
that's
But no
not
matter,
true.
they're not married though.
If common
That's a
law
boyfriend and a
marriage-
girlfriend. Common law is no longer valid.
Yeah, I know. I was
That's it.
If he got on his knee, he proposed.
Nah. I mean, that's
Kept
what
it
it
there.
is. But obviously, yeah, we kept it hot for 10 to 8 years. It's been 10 to a year.
Really?
They are boyfriend and girlfriend. They share kids together. I think a child, maybe 1 or 2. But
That's what's too
Yeah.
complicated.
It's just sad. I mean, obviously, the cheating part versus like how they should handle it as far as him business wise. I mean, there are rules, and he knew the rules and broke the rules.
It is.
So
They got a policy.
regardless of it being consensual, it's kind of
Right.
like when you go into something. I mean, it's like speeding on the highway. Like
Right.
you can speed all you want, but if you get pulled over, like you knew you were going over the speed limit.
Right, and I agree. I think the issue I have with is how he's been vilified because, I mean, we all know, we all work corporate job to job. I work at a plant, motherfuckers fucking. Like, people
Yeah.
be fucking at these jobs.
Yeah.
On the clock, in the car, like,
Yeah.
it goes down. Like, it ain't in relationships and marriage and shit. Like, that's the world we live in. And so for him to be just put out there, like, you know, I feel like the Celtics are trying to end his career. They suspend him for a whole year. If you're going to fire the man, but they know they fire him, that another team's going to pick his ass right up. Because he just went to the fucking championship game.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
but didn't you say he allegedly it was the VP's wife?
Allegedly.
Right. So let's
yeah,
just
you gotta
say that the alleged was a thing, and let's just say, as far as the VP found out, would you give him? Would you want him to continue being able to coach? You found out
I
somebody.
mean, my bitch shows. Shit.
I
I'll be having been together, let's be real.
Well, I'm just saying that it probably.
But I mean, I'm saying I can see they fire him, but they got him suspended for a whole year,
No,
and he
that's
still
what I'm
might be fired.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, why would we do something that you could come back from? Like, no, I found this out. We're gonna try to ruin you.
Mhm.
And I feel like that was kind of the basis of it. Now I don't know if
Well,
it
that's
was
my
the
point.
VP.
But I'm agreeing though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I feel like they're
Oh,
trying to
of
ruin
course.
a black man's like.
Yeah.
Ruined the black
Yeah.
man. He ruined
Yeah.
himself when he pulled that thing
Man,
out.
he made a
It
mistake. We all make mistakes.
was a mistake. Well, it was a sloppy mistake, and
I
that's
mean, and
the
it cost him
problem.
a job, so I'm not. It's,
But you
How
know,
could you be so sloppy?
I don't like when people call certain things mistakes because you had
like he purposely did.
seconds, minutes
Yeah.
leading up to that to like talk yourself out of it. So I don't like when people like talk about cheating
Yeah.
or like even just consensually, even two single people.
Right.
Like that's not a mistake. You made a
Mhm.
choice to do that.
But also, let's be fair. I haven't heard from Nia Long. They might have an open relationship. We don't know their relationship.
We don't.
So let's also put it out there.
Well, there was like an article, but you can never listen to the blog, so I don't know. But apparently, it was like everyone, make sure you keep Myia in your prayers and in your thoughts because she had no idea this was going on. And I'm not gonna lie, I was like, well, y'all better show me this love when I found out. You know.
Okay, right. But
I
at
get
the
the
end of
support
the
group
day,
for all of us.
Right.
we just want men and women to just have more discipline. Just
Oh, I
respect
agree.
your body a lot more.
Communicate.
Right.
If you're not satisfied, in my relationship, look, I'm not being satisfied in this way. Like, let's work on it. If you can't do it, fine. We can go our separate ways.
But do you
Very-
really
That's all I
think?
do for
Do
real.
you really think that cheating is for men, at least? Because we can get into the different reasons. But do you really think that cheating for men is about not being satisfied? Because like a woman could be
Probably
swinging
more
from the
options.
ceiling fans and probably still get cheated on. Like,
I mean, it can be. I mean, I think it's options and, you know,
The fun
I
in
ain't
it.
gonna say fun. Well, not, I can't speak for all men though. You know what I mean? But just
Yeah.
guys I talk to. Personally, for me, it's not. You know what I mean? But most guys I talk to, they're lacking something. But also opportunities, like you said.
yeah,
You know, you might be at work. You know what I'm saying? You at work more than you're at home a lot of times. You there, and you got your work bae. You be flirting and shit. You know how
Yeah.
the game go. Not saying we and if us do that, but you know how the game go. And then you might end up fucking.
yeah.
But yeah, why you
Might
can't
fall on
just
the
stop
dick.
there
But
and
You
flirt?
might fall on the dick.
But that lack of something, like, do you think that comes from lacking
Let
in
me ask-
another person or lacking within yourself?
It could be
Because-
both. Because what I'm trying to say too is,
Uh-huh.
like, I think it's safe to say we all can agree that in relationships over time, we all become complacent. And the shit we were doing when we first started, 9 times out of 10, we probably ain't doing it no more.
Or it's just not fun anymore.
Or it's not fun anymore.
Because then it becomes a routine, and who wants
Exactly.
to have a routine relationship?
So yeah, what's her name? Barbara. Was it Shirley or Barbara at work?
Yeah.
Might be laughing at your corny ass jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Might bring you some goddamn, candy or pie or some shit.
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah, at home shit, everybody ain't doing it.
Oh, okay.
So it might be the lack.
Yeah.
You like, yeah, you ain't said that shit though.
Yeah. You could really eat that pie without getting in between the thighs.
Yeah,
But okay.
yeah. I mean,
Especially if it just really gives like, I don't really get none. Like, I'm 40 years old and I wasn't getting pussy for a long time because
Yeah.
it's
What's
like,
up?
wow,
It's
it's like,
not get enough.
it's okay. Like, you ain't
we're
tired?
wired different. We're more physical, but that's the thing. We see out loud. Okay, you're so beautiful, the lovely Brittani Sade.
Yes.
And I'm looking at you.
Mhm.
I'm thinking with my dick. I'm not thinking, oh, she got an awesome personality. I don't fucking know you.
That's true.
So I'm going off look. Men go off look. Some women do that as well.
But
But
how
a lot of men are
Hold
strictly
it
about it.
in.
Yeah.
The first thing you
Hold
see
it
is going
in,
to
though.
be what
You
they
can
agree.
just think about it. Why can't you visually? Because I mean, especially with everything that's going on in the world. I mean, chlamydia, gonorrhea, it's a lot going on. Just put that thing in there.
Yeah,
Or
take it.
if you visualize, huh?
You want to take it, keep taking it.
Yeah, I keep tucking because I just want y'all to tuck. When y'all see somebody, I want you to just tuck it in and calm it down. Okay.
I'm glad we're talking about this because let's transition a little bit. We kind of touched on it. Modern men and modern women. Where are we at today with that shit? Because that's the whole big thing. I'm a modern woman. I'm a modern man, you know.
I just feel like the modern women and modern man, I don't know. I was actually talking to my mom and she told me how happy she was that she's not growing up in like my generation.
Oh, yeah. I see that.
Because I feel like now it's just a whole lot of like, we do what we want to do. And I do like that and respect that to a certain extent. But like, where are like the morals and principles?
Yeah.
I feel like it's just a free for all. Like,
Inmates from the South.
yeah. And it's like people even will say like, is it even worth being a good person anymore? And then now men, you know, have an issue with, you know, paying bills and taking care of women. Like, where did we, like, the women are now the head of households and their relationships. Like, how did we get here? How did we get here? Because
Here we are.
I need to reel us back.
Here we are.
I need to reel us back. But that's how I feel about it. I feel like now women have been kind of transitioning slowly but surely into like wearing the pants.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think that's a problem, though. As a man out here dating, I see, like, women are so independent. I think it was at Elle's dinner. You know, Elle was interdependent. What she said.
Yeah.
Like, that was dope how she said that.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that shit, too. Like, be interdependent, not independent.
Yeah.
So as a man see a woman that's so independent, we're like, what the fuck? Like, what you don't need me.
Yeah, but
you need me to fuck you, that's it.
Well, okay, so there's two things. Because one, have you like asked her like maybe why she's so independent? Because a lot of times the way that people are is either a factor of their environment or like their frame of reference. It's something that they either grew up seeing or actually being in.
Right.
And a lot of women are like in survival mode because it's like this whole concept of like, well, let a man do this and let a man do that. But like men don't want, nor are they doing. So like, what am I going to do? Like, we are literally wearing the pants and making the money because now men are like crying about like why is money
I'm very sensitive.
You said the weed?
Yeah.
Now they spraying
I'm
some on that shit.
like
Spraying
why
fillers on that bitch.
That's exactly what's going on.
like why is money such a fight nowadays?
Yeah.
And
Money's such a fight because that's all that a lot of women talk about. Women lead with that shit.
yeah, but
Like-
that's all that a lot of men have to offer. Like when you
Well, maybe some, but you can't say
That's all that a lot
I
of
said
men
a
have
lot.
to offer.
I said a lot, and
So-
they don't even have a lot of that. But as far as like the
Well,
emotional,
y'all even bash men out here now. We're not
no,
gonna bash.
I'm definitely,
fucking with you.
I'm definitely not a man basher. But
Yeah.
also, it's like one of those things where a lot of men do like dependent women. Like there was something that a gentleman had said that I actually really liked, but he was saying that men like dependent women because it's like you really. When you deal with a woman who chooses to, like, you're sitting here like, well, you're so independent, you don't need me. Like, I need to want a man. I don't want to need him. And I feel like as a man, why don't you want a woman to choose you because she genuinely wants to, not because she needs to or that she depends on you, whether it be financially or whatever it is. Like,
Right.
why is it so important for men to feel needed?
So this is the issue. Like you spoke about what your mom said. We're talking about modern men, modern women. From a male perspective, it's like the women, like you said, want the men to have the bread, pay for the shit, and be old school. But the women want to be modern and be on their city girl shit. I hear dating, that's what I'm running into too as well, just being real.
Yeah.
So that's where the disconnect comes in. Y'all want us to be old school and pay for it and take care of all the shit. That's cool. But also, we got to get ours too.
Right.
Yeah.
For me personally, I do feel like I work harder than a lot of these men out here. I'm really on my grind. I'm making money. I'm taking care of myself. But I so badly want to be submissive. I actually want to need a man. I would like for a man to lead me and I give my 2 cents in. I know I'm smart. I know I can get stuff done. But I want my man to feel like he is the head of the household. I want him to look at me and look at our family and be like, I want to take care of y'all. I want to make sure y'all good. So yes, I'm independent because I have to be right now because I'm waiting for somebody to match my energy.
Right.
My bank account, that would be nice. But as far as just being, I am old school. So I wouldn't say I'm modern as far as taking care of myself. But when it comes to me being in a relationship with a man, I want him to be a man. I want him to feel like that too. Because I know those roles, that balance, it makes it work out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, like you said, let me ask y'all this. Is it a man shortage?
No.
Interesting.
I don't think that there is a man shortage. I think that people have to stop allowing social media and other people to tell them what they need and what they want. And people need to really understand what they want for themselves. I have to say, I meet a lot of great men. So my answer is going to be, I don't think that there's a man shortage. Now, well, we're not going to keep talking about me and the fact that it's probably me. But is there a man shortage? No. I mean, is there a good man shortage? Okay, that can be debated. That can be debated.
I think it absolutely is.
Oh, definitely.
I know niggas and there's a lot of good ones out here.
It's not a lot.
No, I'm saying like, especially in Atlanta, like I think Big Mike had said that shit like for like same shit you asking for, like a king, there's maybe one king to every fucking 20, 30 queens.
Yeah.
Like it's not a lot of good dudes out here that's trying to do
And
right
I
thing.
just don't understand that why our men specifically don't want to be great or what's stopping them from being great, because we can go and look at, I won't call them out, but just fix our credit, get loans, get our LLC, go out here and get trucks. And I'm just looking at the men like, why aren't y'all doing that as well?
Doing what? Everything, so is it only financial with y'all?
And that's
A lot of
it
things y'all
shouldn't
both
be.
touching on kind of financial base.
No.
Because it's giving me like, nigga can beat your ass, but he take care of the bills.
Well, I'll let her finish and then
Let's talk about it.
I'll give my 2 cents.
I'll let y'all get y'all shit off. I know.
No.
I'm coming, y'all. I'll let
Yeah.
them get this shit off a little bit.
That's gonna be difficult because I don't want to put myself out there, but anyone who knows me knows, like, I love love. It's not all about finances. Do I want you to at least have what I have? Yes, so we can do things, and I don't have to feel like I'm having to keep coming out the pocket, because I will, if I'm vibing with you.
Right.
But I don't want to have to do that because I want to be in my feminine, soft era. Like, I want to feel like you the big dog, you take care of
So
it.
film and engine mean y'all don't pay for shit. Is that what y'all saying?
No,
I'm just trying to
we
learn.
can't
I'm trying to
pay
learn.
for
I
stuff.
don't know.
We, a lot of times, corporate black women entrepreneurs, a lot of times we really do play like, we just want to be taken care of. But if you really get with us, if you get past that, we handle a lot of shit. Like, we really hold our men down. But so I don't want to hear that, y'all, no, we not. Get with us. Come find out.
Pull
Pull up and you'll see. It's good over here. It's paradise.
I
over
also
here.
feel like being taken care of is not all financially. And the reason
Right.
why I mentioned finances in the beginning is because a lot of men don't necessarily find the emotional part, the communication part, like those things very important. Like, there is a gentleman, remember I shared that video with you. He's like telling everybody, protect your meat. And meat is money, energy, attention, and time. And he's just like, if you give that up, like, you're depleted. And all women are, if you spend your money too quick, they're gonna spend all your money. If you give your energy, like, men's energy is the source of, like, and I'm like, okay, first of all, the meat, I like that acronym.
Yeah,
That is something that a relationship does require, right? But anything will be depleted if you don't reciprocate. But how are you gonna tell somebody, like, to protect it and not give it up? Like, any relationship, I don't care if it's platonic or romantic, like, it's going to take energy, attention, and time. I think that the thing with women and men, and to answer your question, I feel like more men are not becoming better, just even people. like not even partners, but just people in general, because they don't have to be.
Yeah.
You gotta elaborate on
Because
that.
at the end of the day, as a woman, right, we have to get better at establishing those boundaries and keeping those standards high.
Right.
And as much as I joke about it, you know, like I said, if you do stay, like you're never too fine to get cheated on, but you yourself have to determine whether or not you're too fine to stay.
Right.
Now, if you do stay, there has to be repercussions. But me personally, it's like, if you're allowing somebody to get away with something, like why should men change when they don't have to?
Absolutely.
They're still out here getting women, and we're the ones complaining about how there's a man shortage.
Well, not the cheating part, but let me interject. Not talking about the cheating part, that's not what I'm on. But I think now guys in this generation, we just feel like we know our worth more.
Ooh.
So in the past, like, I'm gonna be real with y'all. You know, I got a lovely daughter, Ayo Taylor. Shout out to her. And so when I was with my with her mom, Christmas one year, it was like years ago. Mom got extravagant gifts and shit. What daddy got?
Socks,
Socks.
maybe a little lot of fun.
Maybe
If they happy.
if they happy, if they got a little extra bread. And so I say that to say that comparison is because for so long men have just been put on the back burner. And so now in this new mental health age we in, where it's so important,
Okay.
like niggas is really like knowing their worth and feeling like they want this shit reciprocated.
But do you think men know their worth? And I'm just asking this question. Do you really think that men base their worth, like I'm saying, like from an emotional, mental, like aspect? Or is it just like, I like to know your worth, like I make money. I can do this or I can buy that. Like, which worth are you talking
I
about?
think it go both ways. You
Okay.
know, I agree with you on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Some niggas are just
Yeah.
on their bread, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
They
I
feel
feel
like they can
you.
do whatever, like say, fuck whoever, fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you though. But like, you know how people be like, well, what would you choose, love or money? And it's like, I want both of them.
I want both.
Like, stop. I don't understand why everyone has to be a choice.
Because I'm
Like,
gonna
I want
provide
both.
both.
Say no choice.
I'm gonna provide both, so I would like to have both. Because it'd be like, well, love or money, and it's like, okay, with the love, does that mean like love and like broke, or do I still get to keep the money with the love? You know what I'm saying?
And
Like,
just because men are y'all on y'all shit, y'all arrogant, y'all know y'all want to
We
be
don't say
kind.
arrogant when you say arrogant.
You're one
We
of
just
a
want
kind.
reciprocation.
y'all know
You're
y'all's
rare
worth.
We just know our worth.
Because we keep telling them they're a rare breed. You gotta stop telling me about that.
I mean, good
And,
niggas
you know,
is
you
far
just-
in between.
Right. So when you know that, you do have a different aura about you, and you're just like, well, I can have any woman that I want, and that's when women now women are competing. Now everybody hair gotta be a certain way, lips, butt, titty,
Yeah,
everybody
that's
competing
right.
to get this one guy. When you could just still be a real man and find a real woman and be authentic to her. Just because you are high value or a rare breed does not mean that you have to date everyone.
But I don't think nothing wrong with it if he's honest with everybody, even women. Like, if you honest,
Honestly.
yeah, like, if
Yeah.
I'm dating, yeah. What you mean?
well, yeah, I absolutely 100% agree
Really?
that more people, men and women,
Men and women, yeah.
need to be more honest about their intent or whatever they want, whether it be a situationship or a relationship. And you've got to really give people the opportunity to make a decision for themselves. I feel like a lot of people kind of sort of like keep people on that short string because it's like, well, I don't want you, but I don't want anybody else to have you either in case I get bored or I want to come back. And I just feel
Yeah,
like
that's right.
that's really unfair.
No, I agree with
So I do feel like whatever you want to do it, but communicate it, be honest, and let that person make their
Decide
decision.
if they gonna fuck with you.
Because there are women that are
There are
okay.
definitely women that's
God,
okay with that.
those women.
And
God.
there's women that's doing it also.
Yeah,
Like, it goes both ways.
yeah. And I feel like get it how you
Yeah,
live.
do
Like I know what I want personally, but I also respect what
What do
other
you
people
want?
want. And so I'm just gonna finish. So I feel like everybody should do what works for them. People should stick to the rivers and the lakes that they're used to.
Oh, right.
And they should allow themselves to align with who works with that. Like people are too busy kind of sort of like chasing what they think other people will approve. And it's like, just do you.
Do you?
Right.
And me, I'm looking for a LeBron James. Very
LeBron
rare
James.
specimen.
Well, look, that's crazy you said it though, since you know you can't. Anybody that fuck with you they can't date nobody else. That's what you're saying, right?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. So when I say,
let me-
go
I
ahead.
got you. But let me just jump into this. Though. I got you. So nobody can't. If they fuck with Myia B, you can't be out here dating multiple people. You locked in exclusively.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, well, let me ask you this then. So why are people, well, black people mainly, waiting so late to get married? And then, like nowadays, like what's the deal with that? Like why are we not married like we used to?
Well, for me personally, I am so happy that I didn't get married at a young age. If I would have, it would have been a problem. I would have been just in a relationship that could have worked out. There's a few that still work out, but I have grown so much as a woman. I have learned not to be selfish. I've learned what I like, what I don't like. I've learned how to love hard, how to balance my life. I've been able to find myself in my career. And now I'm in this era where I'm ready to have a family. I'm ready to be submissive to my man. I'm ready to have children. So I don't think I would have been this full, complete woman that I am if I would have got married younger. For me, it's a good age.
I like that.
And I'm 25 and fine.
I know that's right. I know.
Yes, but this is I think getting married a little older is definitely the new way. Like get that ish up out your system. I'm not a cheater, but I was okay being single. I was okay dating around and not being locked into a relationship. Now it's making me want a relationship. Now I want someone to just appreciate me and I appreciate them.
I know that's right.
Preach.
I know that's right. Now,
Yeah.
I'll just say dating, I'll never go into a situation assuming that if we're just dating, that a person is dating me exclusively until we have a conversation that both of us are on the same page. So I would just say, like, I feel like a lot of women kind of sort of expect things, but until that person like tells you like we're exclusive or y'all have that conversation and set those ground rules, like date around, sis. Like, you know, I'm kind of in my may the best man win era in this moment.
I like it. Give them
It's
competition.
squad time.
But everybody knows, like, you know, once
All everybody know.
once the winning person comes up, you know, I'm gonna give him his rose and I'm out the game. But I do feel like as far as marriage is concerned, to your point, I agree. I feel like people are understanding, like they want to be more financially stable. They want to be more stable with themselves. You know, you want to live your life and then have a family, so that way you don't feel as though you're sacrificing a lot.
And so from a male's perspective, how do y'all think that puts the stress and pressure on us though? Because as women, y'all obviously got biological clocks. So if you don't have kids, you don't have kids and all that good shit. So now, you know, you're like, oh, you get with somebody, you've been independent all this time and grinding. Now you get with somebody, you 30, 35, and now you put the pressure on that guy like, yeah, knock me up, let's get married.
Yeah, I don't.
So that kind of puts y'all in that position though, you know what I mean?
Yeah, most of the guys I talk to, 45 years old, you ain't ready to get married yet. Like, at this point, it's big time for you to get married.
But I'm telling you, another thing with marriage is that it's more of a business now than with love. Like before these laws, you know, before your assets were commingled, because people like, especially as Black people, we are making money now. You know what I'm saying? We are finding ways to build wealth and break generational curses one day at a time. And so I feel like that it's become like people are thinking about that now. Like if we get married and something does happen and we divorce, like what does that mean for us and my assets and my money? And so that's what I think is a big piece of it. It's like, it's no longer just like an oath to God to love you until death do you part. Like this is really a business deal.
It is. I agree with that.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah, because as much as I love, I was dating a guy, and I was like, if I was to get pregnant right now, can you take care of the doctor bill? You know, can I be off work for a year and be taken care of and just take care of our child?
Yeah.
And it was a no. And I was like, this might not be the relationship that I need to be in. And real quick, go back to what you said. I want to ask Don, what do you think about what she said? She was like, may the best guy win. So,
as long as you, I mean, when I'm actually dating, like I let people know, like I'm not just dating you exclusively. Until like I'm big on communication though, like I was like, you know what I mean, like we're gonna have to talk, like we're exclusive today. Are you fucking somebody else? Am I fucking somebody else? We fucking each other only, exclusively.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Because I'm starting to feel like, dang, I'm the big dog. I got options. I pick which guy I want. I thought the guy was
never tie in one person. That's
what
dating is.
So now the man who findeth the wife definitely finds a great thing. That is very true.
Yeah.
However, he got 99 problems.
Yeah,
Yeah, all these little. And the biggest one is me. So that part I'm not worried
that is
about.
not Drake by the Dawn.
However,
We're gonna cut that shit and edit it. Y'all not get y'all shit off.
however, I do feel like men definitely are able to choose. But within that, like you still are able to, like I still have to be able to say, okay, whatever you're giving me is something that I'm willing to accept. So when I say may the best man win, like obviously all of them have great qualities, but and it's not that many. I know it's
No judgment, no judgment, bro. Just keep drinking, keep drinking.
Look at and it's the
Yes, baby, we don't play.
I'm gonna take a sip.
Can I get it?
So since we got a lineup,
No, just a small one, like not a full team. You know, everybody only enough to be on the court.
star five. Since you got this star five, and you get to choose. You say you get to choose.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all feel like women can make a man marry them, or is that man's choice? Since y'all say y'all don't want to run this shit, so
I answer that. I feel like if a man cares enough about a woman, she can probably pressure him into marriage. Should she? No. Why? Because a lot of times, like if a man is not ready, or a woman, but in this case we're talking about men, but you have to be able to accept what comes with having a man prematurely commit to something that he may have committed to if he had a little bit more time, but to get prepared for. So I feel like it is possible, but I don't feel like it's something that a woman should do. I feel like that is one thing that you should allow a man to do, and that is find a wife and ask her to marry him.
But I thought y'all what's the biggest problem? 99 problem.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah.
Big problem.
Y'all
But it's
talking
like-
about
but
both
it's like-
ways. I don't get
But
it.
it's like good problems.
Is it?
There's
Good
such thing as
problem?
a good problem. You know,
Okay. I'm not getting there, y'all. I'm not getting there. I'm letting her have it.
when you walk around and you tell a woman, "Oh, you a problem,"
Yeah.
you mean that in a negative way?
Yeah, that means he
I
gonna have
don't
to
talk
step
about
up.
that. I don't like problems.
You know what she meant.
Big problem.
You know what
That might be a big
Them
problem.
good problems.
Yeah.
So men get to marry who they want. Women get to fuck who they want. Do y'all agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So y'all got this shit locked. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we ain't gonna go into this.
I mean, if you don't agree, that's
I
on you,
definitely
but that's
agree.
absolutely true.
That is absolutely.
Who sacrifices their happiness more in a relationship? Men or women?
And that's the problem that we're having now, because as bad as I want to be submissive, I will not sacrifice my happiness for nobody. I'd rather be by myself at this point.
Right. But who do you think, men or women? What we asking? Don't say that shit.
You know it's
It's on tip of
women.
y'all tongue. Just say it.
I honestly think both. And if I had to pick
Some of that
one,
PR shit.
if I had to pick one, stop it. If I had to pick one, I could see how it could arguably be mid.
Oh, okay.
However, I do.
We getting halfway admit, y'all.
However, it's because the things that women sacrifice since the beginning of time, now modern day women are more so like, hey, you know, cleaning up after you, like cooking, going to work, like, you know, watching the kids, kind of sort of maybe putting certain things on the back burner. Those are things that women were essentially expected to do. So the reason why I say both as far as like sacrificing happiness, I think women kind of just take that on as like mothers and wives. Whereas on the men's perspective, I think it's a lot of like dealing with the types of conversations, or like not being able to play the game, or like not being able to spend time, you know, with the homies as much, or like just the stress of maybe like the financial burdens. But I explain myself because I do feel like women and men both have to sacrifice, but like everybody has to kind of understand that they are different sacrifices, if that makes sense.
I like the PR answer. I give it to you. But I mean, saying I always heard was happy wife, happy life. I don't care how I do feel, y'all. Just keep it real.
But you want to know what they miss with that happy wife, happy life? The same way that whole jack of all trades is the master of none, and then like, you know, but at least master of one or something, whatever. happy wife, happy life, yes. But do men understand like what they get in return? Like when a woman is happy and they want to just like love on you and make sure that you're happy. Like, do men not understand that like that really gets? I don't know.
You don't know?
No, I do know.
Maybe our viewers don't know. I mean, y'all dropping this shit. I don't know. The viewers might want to know.
I'm telling you, my parents are kind of my like example. They're like my last hope for like as far as love. But like, of course, my dad. Hopefully my mom doesn't watch this, but of course my dad like makes my mom think, you know, she's making the decisions or she's doing this or, you know, it's her way. Because like, for instance, it'll be, I'll ask my dad, like, can I have this or can I do this? I don't know, ask your mom. So my mom feels happy just the fact that my dad said that. So now she reverts back to him. And that's just one small example, but it's major. Like when you understand each other and you kind of compromise and both do different things to make each other happy, like ultimately it is happy wife, happy life. Like when you stop trying to fight it, like what? A woman who's like now with women who is like really into her man, like first of all, we be tricking. We be making sure you good.
It's not hard. Like I hate to just put it out there, but like if a man, even if you just give us a little money, if you just buy us a couple of gifts, a couple of trips, baby, you are gonna get reciprocated, and you can tell what type of woman you have if you're gonna get that or not. That's not just with anybody, but high value women for sure. But if I was to say anything, I would just ask everyone to just slow down. Everyone's moving so fast, bumbling left, right so quick. You can just move on to the next person so quickly. And the problem is if you just get past that weird stage with someone, you might find something really wonderful. I feel like people aren't even giving the opposite sex chances now.
Right.
But it's not just about money.
No.
You know, like when you give somebody like that time and that energy, like I want to go on a picnic. Like, you know, the Reformed Hood boys that I'm into may not want to go on a picnic. But if you just go on the picnic and I'm happy, there's no telling what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
But to your point, I mean, that's social media. Like, social media has people thinking that, like...
Well, that's crazy. That's crazy, y'all both. Let's get to the social media. As social media desensitized accountability, let's start there first.
Ooh.
So,
well, you got my answer.
Because I feel like now the lack of accountability and the toxicity and all of that stuff has become a joke. Like now people can talk about like, dang, I, didn't admit to this or I didn't admit to that. And it's funny. And now everybody's like, ooh, I feel seen. I mean, social media makes everything funny.
It does.
Yeah, it does. And just all this texting. I had a guy not too long ago, I guess stopped messing with me because I didn't put enough emojis to say my tone in the text message. And I was like, how many emojis am I supposed to give you so you can know my tone? You can just pick up the phone and talk to me. So I see a lot of guys, high value, guys with money, hiding behind text message, not able to pick up the phone. But you gotta be able to have a conversation. How can we get to know you?
You can catch me in person.
I'm in person.
I have to really like.
You gotta pull up on me
to talk on the phone. I have to
really.
But if we're in person, because honestly, too, it's not even that. But like when you really have a lot going on, it's kind of tough. And then like when I get distracted or I'm doing something because we're on the phone, you're gonna get upset. So I'd rather us just.
It'll be 10 p.m. at night. I had a long, rough day, and I cannot wait to get on the phone or FaceTime you and talk. I'll fall asleep on the phone with you. I love
you.
Yes,
I'm FaceTime.
I'd rather fall asleep beside you.
I'm weird on FaceTime. Like I had a homegirl tell me, and it really explained how I feel. When somebody randomly FaceTime, it's almost like they just show up at your house.
Yeah, I don't like
random stuff. Don't FaceTime me if you need to know.
You gotta know.
No, I'm saying even if we FaceTime and talk on the phone and shit, like I don't know, but I don't even do that. If I'm kicking with somebody, before I call, I might say, "Are you available?" I don't just call people.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because you might be busy, like you say, you might be working or something. You might can't give me no attention. That's cool. Holla back.
Exactly. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Hey.
But I feel like more people need to take accountability. Social media or no social media.
With that social media though, has social media convinced people to have way more options than they actually have though?
I'm trying
Yeah,
to tell you.
I feel like we
Everybody team.
definitely
everybody fine.
everybody fine, but two, you think you can get with everybody?
And you
Like people, do you know how many people say that they just flirt back or respond to DMs or whatever because they're bored, and then you actually try to see them and either A, they don't look like their Instagram, or B, you will never be able to link with them. I mean, they're just at home bored.
Yeah.
Like
Passing the time.
when I'm in a real relationship, like if in the engagement phase, I probably wouldn't have social media. I would be good without social media for a little while, and I would expect him to as well. Care about me.
Damn. So he gotta get on the phone. You got on the phone.
Yeah, you gotta get
You
on
one
the
of them.
phone.
That's
Okay,
funny.
you one of them.
But
Yeah.
not even that, like, looks aside, right? Because Instagram is definitely a visual thing. But two, like, I think that we don't pay enough attention to once you sit down and really talk to a person, like who they may come off to be, like online or on social media, you end up talking to them and you're just like, wow, you're very different, which can be good or bad.
Right.
You know, sometimes it's like,
Mm.
you a liar. That's
Right.
cap. Or it's like, wow, you're actually more dope, you know, in person. You know, which people
Oh, yeah.
typically, you know, say to me. And
Okay.
they also are just very shocked, you know, that I'm
Super cool.
Well,
not that I'm
lovely.
super cool, but you know, I kind of look a little bit like my Instagram, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't way off.
no
You feel me?
catfish.
Ain't no cap
Ain't no
about it.
catfish.
I love that.
And no cat.
I was like,
Even though I be telling people that, like, I be trying to, like, if somebody that I don't really know will, like, DM or say something like that, I'd be like, I'm a catfish. You don't want to meet me. I'm a catfish.
Really?
They don't tend to believe it, but
So, well, on the, I understand the perspective y'all are coming from, but it actually, social media has actually opened up the doors. Like, that's just like internet and technology as well, though. Because now, you know what I mean, like back in the day, of course, whatever little city you were in, your parents grew up, 9 times out of 10, they go off to the war, go to college, that's who they're going to find another person to marry. That would be their immediate circle. But now, we got the World Wide Web, and I can meet somebody in Hawaii, even in the DM, and it could work out. So, I mean, technically, I do have more options. Y'all ain't feeling that shit?
I'm not feeling it
Y'all ain't feeling
because,
shit? I see that's all in your eyes.
again, back to my point of, like, with social media, it's just like, you know, you meet a person, like, in person, regardless of where you are, like, you're forced to kind of, like, go up to them and converse.
Yeah.
Right? Like, hey, how are you? And get their response. Now it's just a simple, like, well, let me like 3 of her pictures. Or let me like, you know, it's automatically like on some.
Did he put the hard eyes?
I mean,
Because that's what matters.
the hard, yeah, on your story.
To let you know what time it is.
Yeah, got to. You ain't doing that. I'm just thinking, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you think I'm cute, you know, so yeah. But no, I see what you're saying from that perspective, but you also got to key into that. Okay, so options alone, like the option of being able to see more people and have, so I don't think it's more options, I think it's more access.
Okay, I like
Because you do, again, to my point of like, you thinking like, oh, this person is this kind of way, and then you may come to find out like,
They're not.
And two, I feel like it opens men up to more rejection.
Mm-hmm.
Because naturally.
Fellas, let me speak to the fellas. A great man once said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Oh, yeah.
Keep that in mind. Don't keep shooting them shots. Keep going DM.
Yeah.
The one that responds, that's the one for y'all.
Oh, now y'all
Speaking of my brethren. Speaking of my brethren.
No, but that rejection thing is what kind of sort of falls into the insecurities, which kind of sort of causes men to kind of be a little bit like, you know, lack that discipline when they get to a certain point. And I wasn't trying to be funny, but it is like, you know, the more access that you have, because I'm not going to lie, like with social media, you know,
You gotta talk shit. Boy, got high as hell.
people will like DM you and like no disrespect. I promise no disrespect. However, again, back to when I said stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. But it's like, why would you think? If I was walking past you in a mall, you would not come up to me. But because you can just DM me,
text it.
and send me a message, it's
Right.
like, well, might as well give it a shot.
Mhm.
So yes, I do think social media makes you think you have more options because it's like, come on now, Playboy.
Like, why?
Come on now, Playboy.
That might be
You
your-
know.
That might be your king, though.
Oh,
I'm
Lord.
sorry.
Here we go.
The Lord said that He will give you the desires of your heart. Now, there are certain things, I know everything's not packaged the way, perfectly.
I like that.
Because my mom always dated like taller guys, but my dad, like the one thing that kind of sort of gave my mom a little bit more time to think about was the fact that my dad is not tall.
Mm.
He's like,
None of my men have been tall.
Yeah.
Bless me with
but
tall.
big things really do come in small packages.
Okay.
Okay.
From my own personal experience with
Well, let me
Not so tall.
let me get random as fuck right now because I don't like the race. Y'all want some
Other
feminine,
stuff.
too much feminine energy right now.
That's
Let me break that shit up. Random as fuck, y'all. Would you dump your nigga if the chef throw food in his mouth or feed him?
Okay, say that again.
Would you dump your nigga if the chef throws food in his mouth, like hibachi, throw food in his mouth, or Salt Bay, feed your nigga?
I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like that. It's giving close your mouth.
Personally, I don't think I would ever date a man that would consider that.
Here you go.
I
mean,
just say,
okay.
however,
Well,
if he
you
did,
just show us what that looks like.
You on drinks with the Don, baby. You better read my resume.
but I say that
I like how you
because
tried me.
Sure.
that's funny. Nah, and if I did feel like he may have been like inching, I'd be like you. We're not gonna get to that point.
Right.
You not no. Dump you. But have a very
Stern
serious
talking to you.
conversation in the car. Absolutely.
So what about y'all? Can y'all get fed while y'all nigga there, whatever y'all do? Oh wow, you don't.
Who's gonna feed me? Like my man?
Not your man. Like the same situation, like the chef with
Yeah.
Salt Bay. That's what they cut the steak and
Yeah.
It's an opportunity to show off our skills.
dumped.
Say
Might be. Right on, right home.
But I don't feel like a lot of men would necessarily mind that though. Like
Feed my woman.
don't
Feed me.
Oh, don't
I feed
feed.
my woman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But see, that's things that we have to know. Like that, like it's all with experience. And that's what I'm saying. You don't have to so quickly dump your girl because you like common sense not always that common. I probably haven't been with a man that thinks like, no, they can't like feed my woman. No, okay, that makes sense. I'm like, okay, daddy, it can't nobody else feed me but
Right.
you now.
Yeah.
So say something. Don't be like, oh, it's me. I can't work. Yeah.
Don't knock the shut up over here.
Communication is definitely key.
Communication is key.
But do not knock nothing off nobody's hand because one thing I do not condone is like arguing or having like a disagreement in public. Like we'll handle that behind closed doors, but we are a united front in public.
So I'm supposed to let nigga put something down your throat.
And then we can talk about it later. And then he just won't.
I'm not gonna let him put my
But
lady in.
you know what though?
But I'm okay with
But
the-
you know
That's why I
what
said
though?
I ain't say we're gonna argue. I said I'm gonna knock that shit down.
But women know their man. Like if you give somebody just a little look, like
Yeah, I
they
do
know what's appropriate and what's not. So you can't just let the stuff happen and then be like, oh man, you know.
I like how y'all really skate around this shit, like, but okay.
I ain't skating around it. I said, ain't no man of mine getting fed by no.
Well, yeah, like about to be deep right here.
Okay,
Maybe a little bit.
I like it.
To my corporate black queen.
Oh, it was for me. I thought it was for you.
Yeah,
I was getting excited.
So, as a
Thought you-
corporate, successful, dope, beautiful black woman, what do you think about dating? I'm gonna get real specific.
Okay.
A man that has been in jail for over 15 years.
Oh shit. Yeah.
He comes out.
That's real
He's
specific.
a
That's
good
very
man,
specific.
but now he want to take things serious with you. He want to beat you.
Okay, so I met him after, right?
Yeah, when he got out. Maybe
Okay.
it's been a year.
He's only been out for a year? Okay. Now, I can give you my own personal experience. It's not exactly the same, but I've definitely dated a man who has been incarcerated for several years. He may have been out for a few more years than just 1 year. And he was a great guy. Like,
did he ever ask to do it?
I know where you're leading to.
home.
So here's the thing.
Like late night drinks with the Don.
I feel like I get where you're coming from. So absolutely not. Thank God. But I'll say this: like, I feel like we be so worried about men who've like been incarcerated, but we need to worry just as much about men who are like in the entertainment and sports industry. Like, I don't care what the situation is. If somebody is curious, they're curious. So to answer your question, like, no, I have not been asked that, but it's funny how the like very similar situations, not 13 years, but I didn't have a problem with it just because he is still a great guy.
Right.
Okay, so that's good to know.
Question answered?
Yeah.
You good? Everybody good?
But I like, so even though I'm the corporate black girl, like, I feel like a lot of people don't understand, and that's the thing. I'm glad you brought it up because I can speak on behalf of all of us. Like, you know, we are bad bees and business women, and so a lot of people think that like we want a certain type of man, and it's like I love me a man with a little bit of edge to him, you know, because I know legitimacy and I know how to protect, accumulate, and manage wealth. So it's like, you know, we can always make you better as long as you have the mindset and ambition.
That's all we ask.
Yeah.
Well, let's raise the glasses to this corporate black girl. Thank you, the lovely Brittani Sade, for joining us. Myia G.
Myia B. For life.
Hey.
Okay.
Nah, G is all the shit you talking.
I know, right?
As always, thank you for joining us. I appreciate you. I wish you much wealth, health, success, great finances, love, all that good shit. I'm speaking that shit into you, boo.
Yes.
Y'all make sure y'all go check the Wind Down Mixer as well.
Yes.
Follow her, all that good stuff. Look, drinks with the Don, y'all. We out.